Good day, everybody. It is Calxiyn here, and thank you for attending Calxyn's Royal Court today, where we have gathered to react to RWBY Fairy Tales, The Shallow Sea. And I'm super, super excited, but before we get started, I have to tell you not to do a couple things. Don't subscribe, don't go to the Patreon, don't do any of that, because I ordered you not to, and you won't dare rebel against me, right?
Don't watch this video.
And don't watch the video.
Click it off now.
Okay?
What are you doing?
Obviously,
You have homework to do.
Obviously, my goal is
When's the last time you've called your mother?
that you guys will go, you can't tell me what to do, Cal, and then you'll do all the things that I said. So anyway, I just thought that I would spice it up, you know? Like, I would tell you not to do something, and then you'd go do it. So yeah, don't give us money. Don't do that. Anyway, so yeah, why don't we get into the reaction now? Hunter's just like, what is Cal doing?
It's just you do one thing a certain way a billion times. So
Okay.
I learned
Faunus parents entertain their children with bedtime stories about where they came from.
Does he sound
We are
fast?
special, they say. We were chosen.
Aww,
But chosen
we're special.
by whom?
Okay.
So
I love that we still
The
have
god
the
of animals traveled all
random
over
gray
Ren,
people vibe
seeking those
from the
who were
Hunter's
a
children.
little more than human, and
Oh,
invited
well
them
that's
to sail
nice.
to the shallow sea
Oh.
to discover their destiny.
You
Oh,
did not
hello.
fit in where you came
Okay, this guy,
But I know
he looks so
who you are.
fucking
his
weird.
arm glow, his mouth
Oh my
glows.
god, he's so fucking tall!
Yes.
Jesus
He's
Christ!
very tall.
What you've always been.
He's like-
just below the surface.
Okay,
You belong here.
sure.
This feels gay.
Okay. I mean, we'll get to that. I mean, yeah, I think there is a
Some
metaphor
of
in
the
that,
people leapt
you
at
know?
the chance the god offered. Others were more skeptical.
Oh,
Aw.
he's sad.
Though the sea did not touch you,
Okay.
it has revealed your own shallowness.
So, okay, hold on, let's pause. So this was interesting because this was the end of the story. So what is the rest of this gonna be? Because at the end of the story, he brought everyone to the island and then sent people away and blah, 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 blah. Like, that was like the thing,
Yeah.
right? But we're
So
already
this
at
is
the
more
end. We didn't
extended.
go through like the whole process of him being like sad and wanting to find people like him, and so he recruited people onto the
Also-
boat. Like, we just skipped all that shit. We're just at the island. So that's interesting.
Do you know what the origin of the word Faunus is? Where they got the name from?
Well,
I-
flora, fauna, right?
Well, that's what I thought, but apparently Faunus is also just the name of a Roman god of animals and wilderness.
Well, that's cool too. So I wonder
And
if
he's big and he's hairy and he has multiple horns and he looks a lot like this guy.
Such as the
well,
important
this guy
Faunus
might have
is
been
probably also related
Yeah.
to that god, right?
story
Because like
of the
Romans
shallow
spoke
sea
Latin
does
and
something
Flora
more
Faunus
vital.
is Latin, so it's all the
Reminds
same
them from a
thing.
young
But
age that their own
I thought it was
lives
interesting. Learned that recently.
Okay, so if we didn't hear what Ozpin
Faunus
said,
are forced to
he
grow
said
up
that this is
quickly.
a nice
As
story
they mature,
because
they learn
it helps them
darker
embrace
stories,
themselves, you
in
know?
which
Oh.
the truth
Oh.
lies closer to the surface.
Oh wait,
no.
what? Oh, so they're
Many,
putting
many
both
years
in
ago,
here.
in a faraway land.
Wait, what?
There was a war between humans and animals.
Oh, so they're putting the other Faunus story in this one too.
Yeah.
Bro, Ozpin, hold on a second. What the fuck? Oh, so it's him
Why
in
do
both.
you fight each other?
He looks like
Okay.
the dark and a light god.
That's what I'm thinking.
I am neither and both.
Okay, yeah,
When
sure.
we're fighting.
It's a little gay.
They are not like us.
Why must everyone be the same?
We worry about what they might do to us.
So you have something in common.
I love the Panther's voice.
I do
His
like the
voice is
Panther.
sexy.
That's furry bait. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it what it
We've
is.
seen the evil in their hearts.
That's a sexy panther. I don't know what to tell you.
Destroying things than they are creating.
Animals
See,
are
so this is
stronger than us.
interesting. We
They
got
will
like
not
a
join
bit
us
of the
in fighting
shallow
the
sea,
threat.
and then we got this.
Try
Like, you know
to
what I mean? The
control
other
us.
fairy
Why should
tale.
we risk our lives to protect yours? The Grimm have never bothered us. All
Damn.
we want is to be free.
You are too wild. You must be tamed so you won't steal from us. All we want is to live in safety.
Yeah,
and in
so this is
peace.
the
You
other
assume the
Faunus
worst
story.
about one another, but you are more alike than you know. If only you could see your best qualities as I do, and embrace your
He's
differences.
so tall. I'm
He
so
is so
sorry.
lanky.
It's
I could cosplay as him if I had the money for the fursuit.
To my judgment, whatever it may be.
But see, so what is true? I know that there is no true, but like obviously, this isn't exactly the answer. There are no talking animals, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. It's interesting how they would show both fairy tales in a way. But I feel like this is just gonna confuse people that didn't read the book. Okay, hello.
He's just like, oh, I have a tail.
I know, some people seem happy. They seem to like, you know.
Oh, they're not used to their bodies. Oh. Oh, they're gonna bang.
Oh my god, a love
I thought the god would
story.
choose the superior species.
Damn.
Perhaps they have.
Yeah, you guys together.
It doesn't matter anymore. I can see so far.
Oh, this is kind of nice though. Ah, look at him.
I'm a monkey.
Seems we are
That would
needing
be me.
more animals
Everyone's just like, how do we go on? I'd be like, I have a tail.
better than both.
Oh, well that's nice.
And it seems we now have a common enemy.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
I love how the Grimm are in color. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool too compared to the people. Okay.
Here, don't you know us?
Oh, so I wonder if these stories are connected. What if they just brought the Faunus
Yeah.
to the Shallow Sea
You
Island?
were human?
You know? Damn. Yeah, y'all were.
Oh.
See, so
So
what?
the Faunus left in search
Yeah.
of a place
What if
they
they're
could
like
live peacefully
connected?
together.
You know?
Yeah.
Where they
Because they
could
both
become the best
end
versions of themselves.
on the same, like, you know,
These
the
fables may
island,
seem
obviously.
fantastic,
But I don't know.
Yet they reflect the real and unfortunate history of conflicts between humans and Faunus.
Right.
And though
Okay,
different versions
Ozpin.
of the same story, they have
Yeah,
some
see?
things in common.
Like a place
Faunus
where everyone
leaving behind
can.
their old lives
Yeah,
to
that's what I'm
create a new
saying.
future for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
as well as the notion that humans and Faunus need each other to survive.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, you
Okay.
don't really
Set aside
express
our
that part
differences
of it.
and work toward a shared purpose. How much better would Remnant be for everyone?
Thanks, Ozpin. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that one.
It felt kind of, you almost kind of wish that they did one or the
we
other.
opened-
Oh,
Yeah.
hello, Eddie.
Hi, Eddie. I love how, like, Hunter, like, criticism. Hi, Eddie. Like, you know what I mean? Criticism,
can't criticize
criticism.
Ruby
Hi,
when Eddie's
Eddie.
in the room.
Okay. So,
What are you, ridiculous?
yeah, like, I just feel like that this was kind of rushed, and that if you didn't read the book, you probably didn't really get anything out of this, like, from one side or the other. Like, I think it was done interestingly, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I like this one. This is the first one that I don't like how they did it, because they didn't. I don't know.
Okay,
know.
this is my interpretation of it. I think what makes it work is that narrative switch when Ozpin is just like, this is the happy story, the simple
Yeah.
story that they tell children.
Right.
But the truth might be a little more complex.
Yeah,
And then they tell
exactly.
someone that's, because like in the first one, it's all about like
Embracing yourself.
like trying to give like
Almost
Faunus
like
kids like a sense of
your God's chosen
self-confidence.
people vibes,
Yes.
especially in the first one.
You're beautiful, you're not ugly, you're
Yeah.
not weird.
Yeah.
You're exactly
Which-
how you need to
But
be.
then the other one has the conflict between the humans and the animals.
And it's the face of the reality where it's just like you are who you need to be, but people won't always see that.
Right. So I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about this because I like the juxtaposition between the two stories. And I guess in a way they are both the Shallow Sea. Like even though in the book they're called something else. Like they're called something different. I don't know. It's like the Faunus war thingy. I don't know. They call the two stories something else and they're separate. But I feel like that because it's condensed down into this, they didn't really get into the meat of the one or the other. Because
That could
in
be
like the
true.
Shallow Sea originally, you have this god, and he's kind of like sad, and he's like, I'm gonna find people that are more like me. So he recruits a bunch of people, takes them to the island, and is like, you guys are the cool kids. You know, like that's basically that one. And then the other one, I feel like that they did a good job with the war
Yeah,
one.
because I think they gave that one more room.
Yeah, like that actually hit on the dialogue and like the notes and everything that the other one did. Like, were we this ignorant when we were human? Yeah, like, you know, but like this one, they were like, okay, we're at a beach. You know, like, I don't know. Like, it's just,
I
this
feel
one
like
felt
I
weird.
guess I'm okay with it because it feels like a prelude.
Yeah. But but they were two separate stories. you
I
know?
guess so. I guess if you wanted two separate stories, this isn't what it's
Yeah.
gonna give you. But if you want like
Because
a prelude,
Ozpin does explain, like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
the god went around Remnant, got some people jumped, some people didn't, you know? I just don't know.
I don't
and,
know.
like-
I guess it's just very affirming, and I like it.
Yeah, obviously, and I like the story. I just don't like how they cut so much out of it, I guess.
could see, that's fair.
You know?
You'd almost wish that they did 2 separate episodes.
Yeah, exactly. And I do wonder, like, I was hoping that the story would have given us more context for, like, the truth. You know what I mean? Because obviously the fairy tales aren't real. Right? That's something a lot of people, especially in the comments, are probably gonna, not our video, you guys are,
you get it.
You guys are so smart. No, but like, you know, people are probably gonna be like, okay, well, what's the reality? Because people don't understand that these are fairy tales told by the people of Remnant. They're not the truth of it. However, I think that there are a couple interesting things to note. The first one is obviously, despite the fact that the God of Darkness is purple, this god does look like a combination of both of them, right? The other thing is that when they jump into the water, you can actually see that the water has, like, light in it. That is gold. So you could say that maybe, like,
it was more the creation.
Maybe RWBY is trying to give us a hint that neither of these stories are true. However, based off of the yellow glow, maybe we could presume that the God of Light did it, right? Like, you know what I mean? That this was part of the God of Light's thingy, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, he
likes creation. This is a creation of a new thing.
Right. And so the only thing is that the Faunus didn't exist until Remnant got snapped. So did the light god think, like, oh, well, you know, to give the humans a leg up in this new dangerous world without us, maybe I'll make some people that are stronger. Oh my god. Imagine, because there's blue on this man. Imagine if it was Ambrosius. Is that allowed?
I don't know. Ambrosius isn't that fuzzy.
No. That's not what I mean, though, because there's blue on him, right? And so, like, there's blue on, like, the gods. So could Ambrosius make the Faunus, and then if those Faunus repopulated, because, okay, the whole thing with Ambrosius is you can only make one thing at one time. But, like, say that, like, Ambrosius, you're gonna make people that have this trait, right? These Faunus traits, and I outline all the rules that if 2 of them have a baby, it's random, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, like, what if I did that, okay, and then later on, somebody made something else, but those original 2 Faunus were already dead, and they had repopulated already, right? Would the children of something created by Ambrosius disappear, or would it just be the people that were created by Ambrosius? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. For example, in Miraculous Ladybug, there are these things called senti monsters. But, like, here's the thing. Like, here's what I'm just sort of thinking, like, in that regard, I guess, is that, like, what if, okay, somebody went to Ambrosius and, like, made him make a bunch of, like, senti monsters, like, basically make a bunch of Faunus,
but if Ambrosius did something else.
But would okay, so he made like 10 Faunus, and those 10, hold on, no, Hunter, okay, Ambrosius made 10 Faunus, okay,
yes,
and those Faunus had babies.
Yes.
And somebody made something else.
This sounds like a math.
Why would it not stand to reason that if Ambrosius made 10 Faunus and those Faunus had children, if something else was made, the children would not disappear?
I guess
because
not, no.
It's basically like the senti monster, like, you know, in Miraculous, Thomas Astruc said, if you make a senti monster to be human, they can biologically have kids and reproduce, even though they're not a real person.
Okay.
So what if that's how it all happened, is that someone got the creation relic and made the Faunus?
But who would do that?
I don't know!
Because it wouldn't have been Oz. I suppose
somebody,
it might just be one of those mysteries.
Right? And so what if somebody was like, ooh, shiny, and they decided before Ozpin could find it, because remember, these relics were out in the world before Ozpin got here, right?
True.
Like, the relics were just big chillin'.
And it was found by a furry.
We don't really know if they were locked up somewhere and Ozpin was the only one to access them, or if they were just like, you know, in the middle of a hole or on a tree, like, you know, the lamps just hanging on a tree. Like, we don't really know the context of how they were protected, right? Like, Ozpin had to go find the knowledge one and then ask where all the other ones were. So in the king episode, we don't know if that king was Ozpin or not that had the crown, like the relic of choice. And so it kind of implies that the choice relic was just be out here, you know, just floating out here, like, in the world, because that guy wasn't explicitly said to be Ozpin. Now, do I think that he is? Yes, but it's implied someone else brought the relic to him when he was being king, right? And so obviously these stories are real, right? But at the same time, like, I don't know, it just, there's a possibility that the relics were just out there, you know, and they were just there, and some random furry found the relic and made the Faunus, okay? Like, that makes sense to me. You know, so like, what if that's the answer? And that would explain why he's so big too, because the gods weren't that big, but who is that big? Ambrosius. Even though it doesn't look like Ambrosius, that's just been lost through translation. And, right, like, that would kind of make sense, like, for his appearance as well, why he has that blue stuff on his nose, why he also has all the gold, because he has the gold chain. You know, I don't know where the darkness thing came from, but fuck that, who cares? I don't care, right? And so, yeah, I don't know. I feel like that may be a credible theory, that Ambrosius basically made a bunch of Faunus senti monsters, but then those, like, Faunus reproduced, and so even if the parents, like, all disappeared, the Faunus wouldn't disappear because they had babies, you know what I mean? Anyway, I think that makes sense. That makes sense to me. That's the answer. All right, everyone, thank you. But yeah, I feel like people are a little confused. I think I'm on to something. I think this makes sense. It does, though. It makes sense, okay? Anyways.
You'll be banging on the door of the padded, locked room in the insane asylum.
Tell me,
it
Eddie!
Makes sense!
Was it Ambrosius Eddie? Okay, anyway, so yeah. Well,
Who's Eddie? They call out to this Eddie person.
I know.
There's no one in their life named Eddie.
When they finally lock me up, I'll just be like, Carrie, is it Ambrosius? And they're just like, what is she talking about? But I digress. I think we're gonna go. I think we've had enough. So we will see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed our little analysis, our reaction discussion situation. And we will see you later. Bye!